At a very high level, one should assume the following tasks as necessary to building a customer loyalty program. First and foremost, to design an effective loyalty program, a business needs to have a solid grasp on what its current value proposition is to its customers. What are their values? Why and how often do they purchase? What are their available alternatives? And why do they purchase from your business in particular? When assessing a customer base, companies should expect that the value proposition is not the same for all customers. So it is also important to determine whether there are segments of the customer base that are different in that regard. Keeping in mind the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule, companies should expect that roughly 20% of their customers generate 80% of their revenue. If you have actual numbers, so much the better, but if not, then this provides a rough approximation. The task then becomes one of determining the value proposition and characteristics of the 20%, as well as understanding the other 80% and why they do so much less business. A natural tendency by companies seeking to enhance loyalty is to focus on the 20% of customers that truly drive the business. Certainly, you want to keep these customers happy, but in terms of improving loyalty, the company might benefit overall by improving frequency and loyalty among the other 80% if that is possible. Understanding the value proposition and circumstances of both groups, and any subsegments within those groups, will therefore be critical to arriving at a loyalty program that addresses the area of greatest potential without alienating any of the customers in other groups. Once you have a solid starting point with your customer base and a thorough understanding of their values, you can begin to conceive of incentives or rewards that have the potential to change their behavior. Remember, enhancing loyalty is different from simply rewarding it. If you wanted simply to thank your best customers in some way for their patronage, that should be relatively easy. But will that make your already loyal customers even more loyal? Or will it represent little more than a nice gesture with little change in business to show for it? You certainly don't want to ignore your best customers, but if you are looking to enhance your business with an investment in a loyalty program, you are more likely going to aim for those for whom a change in behavior might result in incremental business. In general, loyalty programs are not just to reward your already loyal customers, but to enhance the loyalty of those who aren't purchasing as much from you as they could. And then it becomes incumbent upon you to determine which type of incentive will accomplish that. From there, you can make a determination as to how much your incentives or rewards are likely to cost and how much benefit they will generate. Most loyalty programs go through the same kind of internal thought process as other marketing programs in terms of projecting a return on investment or ROI for the project. That must consider the long-term effects of the program and the fact that it will likely be ongoing. To do this, it is strongly recommended that you build a spreadsheet model of your anticipated expenses and the expected response. Using a model will enable you to change your assumptions as you gather new information or change the details of your program, keeping an eye on the effects to ROI of these changes. Loyalty programs can be modeled like most other marketing programs, but with a few added factors. One is that loyalty programs are generally going to be active much longer than one-time marketing programs, if not indefinitely. Another is that marketing programs generally have a known fixed cost up front, with uncertain results. The cost of a loyalty program, on the other hand, is only partially fixed, say for communications, etc., but will have costs for rewards and incentives that are unknown until customers earn them. These may not be fully known for some time. Think of how long it takes you to accumulate enough air miles for a free flight. That tends to make loyalty programs even more critical than one-time marketing programs as far as getting them right the first time. Loyalty programs can certainly be modified over the course of their life, but once you set a reward or incentive scheme and announce it to all your customers, you don't want to be in a position of having to go back on your promises, as that is something that could surely backfire. Therefore, given the semi-permanent nature of most loyalty programs, you want to make sure that you get it right from the start. To do that, testing or researching is a very good idea. Customers' intentions might not prove out in reality, but a little research or a beta test of some sort might go a long way toward telling you how the loyalty program will perform, at least within certain parameters. It would also help to study similar programs at other companies, which may give you some real-world insight as to customers' reactions to new incentives. When the program is researched, modeled, approved, and ready to go, you would move into implementation. Communicating the program to your customers should not be taken lightly, as it could set the tone for acceptance and leave your customers with a lasting impression about your interest in them versus your attempt to merely buy them away from competitors. Delivering on the promises made by the program are no less important. The process by which customers receive their rewards demonstrates your ability to satisfy their expectations. A loyalty program, in essence, becomes just another service provided by the company and subject to the same service expectations as the delivery of core products and services. A failure to deliver on loyalty rewards can thus be every bit as detrimental to the customer relationship as a failure to deliver on core product. Finally, as your program becomes effective, you will want to measure your results, and if you don't really want to measure the results, you can expect that someone higher than you certainly will want you to. The results will naturally take time, but setting up the measuring mechanism can be accomplished as soon as the program is up and running.